Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, graduates, guests and members of the university community. Good morning and welcome. I am Michael Gonzalez, University Librarian here at UTS. Graduation are one of the university's most important events, and in 2022 we are delighted that we've resumed our ceremonies. Welcome back. I would like to introduce you to the official party who are here on stage. Seated at the centre of stage is Miss Micheline Callopy, Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the university, who will preside over this ceremony. Actually, it's the Pro-Chancellor. I might have demoted you. Sorry. The Pro-Chancellor is joined by Professor Leslie Hitchens, our Acting Provost and Senior Vice President, Ms. Yemi Penn, our occasional speaker, Professor Michael Blumenstein, Deputy Dean, Research and Innovation, Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology, who will be presenting the graduates. The other people seated on stage are Professor Mark Evans, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Enterprise Learning. We also have professors, academics and professional staff from the faculties and institutes who have played such a large part in the success of today's graduates. I would also like to acknowledge a member of staff graduating today, Yu Cheng Chang. Congrats. It now gives me great pleasure to invite Ms. Micheline Callopy, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, to formally open proceedings.
Good morning and welcome. In the name of the Council, I declare the congregation of the University of Technology Sydney duly assembled. On behalf of the University of Technology Sydney, before we begin the proceedings and on behalf of all those present, I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. It is upon their ancestral lands that UTS stands. Similarly, I would also like to pay respect to the elders, both past and present, acknowledging them as the traditional custodians of knowledge for this place. In this graduation ceremony, we will celebrate the conferral of awards upon graduates from the faculties of Engineering and Information Technology and Science. Today's ceremony marks a great achievement for the graduates and recognises the support which they have received from family and friends, many of whom are here today. We warmly welcome you, and together we celebrate the achievements of the graduates. I now invite Professor Michael Blumenstein, Deputy Dean, Research and Innovation, Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology, to present graduates.
Pro-Chancellor, I invite graduates in all faculties to stand. Pro-Chancellor, the UTS Council has resolved that candidates recommended to it by the faculty boards of Engineering and IT and Science as eligible for awards have completed all requirements of a course of study approved by the boards and has conferred these awards upon them. Pro-Chancellor, I now present these graduates from the faculties of Engineering and IT and Science who are here before you to acknowledge the awards for which they have qualified.
On behalf of the Council of the University of Technology Sydney, I congratulate graduates on their achievements in obtaining the awards for which they have graduated. I think we should applaud them again. Well done.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, research degree programs including PhD and Masters by thesis are instrumental in helping us to achieve our vision to be a world-leading faculty of engineering and information technology. In addition to their passion and commitment, our research student cohort contributes innovative and entrepreneurial ideas that advance UTS and the field at large. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you graduates receiving research degrees. The following students have graduated with the Doctor of Philosophy. Ghada Munir Muhammad Bani Musa for a thesis entitled EMG-Based Assessments for Rehabilitation Applications, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Dr. Yukai Wang and co-supervisors Dr. Steve Ling, Associate Professor Stephen Su, and Associate Professor Adel Ajubaili. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Ghada Munir Muhammad Bani Musa. Jeanette Ann Bell for a thesis entitled Collaborative Futures, a Technology Design Approach to Support Positive Experiences in Younger Onset Dementia, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Associate Professor Tak Wah Leong and Co-Supervisor Associate Professor Julia Pryor. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Jeanette Ann Bell. Yu-Cheng Chang for a thesis entitled Novel Fuzzy Systems for Human Autonomous Agent Teaming, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Professor Chin Teng Lin and Co-Supervisor Associate Professor Hai Yan Helen Lu. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Yu-Cheng Chang. Ayman Ahmed El Garabawi for a thesis entitled Preference Neural Network and Its Applications, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Dr. Mukesh Prasad and Co-Supervisor Professor Chin Teng Lin. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Ayman Ahmed El Garabawi. Muhammad Naji for a thesis entitled Computational Intelligence Methods for Optimizing Airport Security Processes, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Dr. Madhu Goyal and Co-Supervisor Ahmed Al-Ani. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Muhammad Naji. Pejush Chandra Sarkar for a thesis entitled Measurement and Modeling of Magnetic Properties of Phi-based Amorphous Magnetic Material, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Professor Yuguang Guo and Co-Supervisors Dr. Jianguo Jack Zhu and Associate Professor Hai Yan Helen Lu. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Pujesh Chandra Sarkar. Chengpei Xu for a thesis entitled Arbitrary Shape Scene Text Detection and Its Applications in Educational Resource Navigation, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Professor Jiang Jian Sean He and Co-Supervisor Dr. Wenjing Jia. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Chengpei Xu. Yun-Kyu Chu for a thesis entitled Deep Reinforcement Learning Conditioned on the Natural Language, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Professor Ling Chen and Co-Supervisor Dr. Jun Li. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Yun-Kyu Chu. Hao Yuan Zhu for a thesis entitled The Effects of Physiological Stress on Brain-Computer Interface Systems, supported by a supervisory panel that included Principal Supervisor Professor Qinten Lin and Co-Supervisor Dr. Xianting Tim Chen. Pro-Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Hao Yuan Zhu. Pro-Chancellor, each year UTS recognises a select few undergraduate candidates of exceptional merit. Such candidates are honoured by the award of the University Medal. Pro-Chancellor, I now present to you graduates receiving an undergraduate award and the University Medal in the Faculty of Engineering and IT. The following students have graduated with the Bachelor of Computing Science Honours with First Class Honours and a University Medal. Tu Min Phuong Duan. The following student has graduated with the Bachelor of Computing Science Honours with First Class Honours and University Medal. Avery Tseng Chiet Nyam. Pro-Chancellor, we will now present to you our coursework graduates receiving awards today.
The following students have graduated with the Master of Business and Technology. Madhu Ragani Karya Wasam Madakada Gamerj. Mirjana Menuvatevsky. Master of Engineering in Computer Control Engineering, Benjamin Henrik Vita Terracini. Master of Engineering in Structural Engineering, Banu Dahal. Master of Information Systems, Sabil Ahmed. Mohammed Kier Abdul Rahim H. Alma Kable. Fung Hua Nguyen. Jia Pan. Xiao Gui Chu. Master of Information Technology, Yewit Ang. Archana Chauhan. Rui Hang Guo. Wei Yue Guo. Cheng En Li. Shek Hin Leung. Zishi Li. Kui Sreng Si. Dharmit Umesh Kumar Shah. Tenzin Zeten. He Jia Wu. Chengling Zhang. Master of Information Technology in Business Information Systems, Shivi Bahugana. Milind Jayesh Kumar Chokshi. Israt Fatima Fahima. Zijuan Huang. Sabit Israr. Mohammed Hassan Jamiluddin Mansouri. Ansil Nirula. Tianshu Tan. Master of Information Technology in Cybersecurity, Shreya Arora. Vandana Basavapura Kariyapa. Nikhil Bhatia. Andre Bong. Bodhi Phoenix Carr. Matthew Nicholas Haycox. Raghav Kapoor. Leong Leong Lau. Soumya Havila Polinati. Xenia Sayadain. Kajar Sharma. Master of Information Technology in Data Analytics, Ken Lai Kenny Chan. Diana Thomas. Yuen Pei Hu. Hong Guang Li. Jie Jin Lin. Huang Chen Liu. Hui Yun Luo. Ishan Hitesh Parekh. Radwa Mohammed Sami Mohammed Abdel Salam Salem. Akhil Tati Anil Kumar. Malini Utaya Kumaran. Master of Information Technology in Interactive Media, Maharshi Shailesh Bhai Jani. Priya. Shi Cheng Wu. Master of Information Technology in Internet Working, Usman Tahir. Master of Information Technology in Software Development, Prajna Bhatt. Tahe Kang. Ka Yuan Li Li. Ryan Thomas Rawlings. Steve Dongyue Shi. Graduate Diploma in Information Technology, Ricky Wong. Bachelor of Computing Science Honours with First Class Honours, C. Mark Kim. Wilson Kurnia Lukmanjaya. Matthew Malos. Michael Allen Robert Noss. Zach Papagatis. Darren Jokro. Rosemary Tropiano. Bachelor of Computing Science Honours with Second Class Honours Division 1, Rocco Amelino. Callum Pastushak. Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Data Engineering, Diploma in Professional Engineering Practice with First Class Honours, Philip Gary Brooks. Bachelor of Science Honours in Information Technology with Second Class Honours Division 2, Mohammed Win. Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with Distinction, Sinclair Jan Fernandez. Erica Theodora Gross. William Kim. Bachelor of Business with Credit, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with Credit, Matthew Luo. Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with Credit, Brittany Jokdar. Bachelor of Information Systems, Hadi Khalifa. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with distinction, Master of Information Technology, Jia Jian Liang. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with distinction, Berat Mert Apak. Yang Liu. Nicholas Duc Long. Monique Murdoka. Samuel James Polgar. Alberto Valentinuzzi. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with credit, Janachul Naim Apon. Mamoon Azam. Dylan Tai. Winston Cheek. Janavi Angelica Gomez. Daniel Kristen Morgan. Arvin Shamirian. Carl Noel Silis. Richard James Fabian Voice. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Saqib Ali Khan. Anthony Su. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Diploma in Information Technology, Professional Practice with distinction, Sarah Kneebone. Samuel James McLean. Callum Moulds. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Diploma in Information Technology, Professional Practice with credit, Benjamin Michael Filauto. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Diploma in Information Technology Practice, James Hartman. From the Faculty of Science, Bachelor of Forensic Science, Elizabeth Claire Tully.
Pro-Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of graduates.
Today is an exciting day for all of us here at UTS. How wonderful that we all can be together again for this celebration. I'm sure we all have our own stories as to how COVID has impacted us, but I ask that you take one lesson forward from the last 2 years: resilience. I think we've all learnt a little bit of that. When faced with challenges, think ahead back to the strengths you've had to call on during the last 2 years. Graduation is the outcome we all work towards. So let's join together in enthusiastic applause and cheers for our new graduates. Your graduation today marks a significant moment in your life, so value the congratulations and this time. Hard work and sacrifice have brought you here today, and in some cases we know that those efforts have been extraordinary, so very well done. This ceremony is also an important occasion for family and friends. You have all given your support to the graduates during their studies, and I'm sure you would like to thank them for their support. Your graduation today recognises the knowledge and skills you have gained. You have become global citizens who will be held in high esteem because of the quality of the education you have received at UTS. Social justice is the foundation value of UTS. Our goal is to be inclusive and ensure equal opportunity and access for everyone. UTS is committed to driving social change within and beyond campus. The opportunities and challenges that you face have never been greater. The workplace is more dynamic now than ever before, and many of you will live and work all over the world. Your careers will be non-linear. The skills and knowledge you acquire in your job will equip you for your next job, and so on. Some careers were not even thought of 20 years ago, cybersecurity, for instance, which is very prominent at the moment. You will have multiple careers. This is the beginning of your lifetime of learning, and UTS is happy to partner with you on this journey. So please stay in touch with us through UTS alumni and never tire of your search for knowledge and experience. Enjoy your triumphs, learn from your setbacks, and remember that optimism, hard work, and resilience are key attributes of every successful person. Know yourself. Be true to yourself, and make yourself, your families, and your university proud by maintaining the highest professional and ethical standards. Integrity is your greatest attribute, so guard it jealously. Before I conclude, I would like all today's graduates to reflect on the contribution made to your success by your families, friends, and supporters. They've been here for you throughout your studies that have led to this moment. And again, I think they richly deserve another round of applause. Our best wishes and pride go with each and every one of you. I now invite Professor Leslie Hitchens, Acting Provost and Senior Vice President.
Pro-Chancellor, before I introduce the occasional speaker, I wish to add my congratulations to our new graduates. It is wonderful to see that so many of you have chosen a path with knowledge and skills that are vital to so many of the challenges that the world faces today. And I hope you use that knowledge and skill well. And remember that one of the aspects of the strategy here at UTS is the responsible use of technology. Congratulations. Our occasional speaker today is Ms. Yemi Penn. Yemi Penn completed her Bachelor of Engineering at Brunel University in London. Yemi was born in Britain, growing up in Nigeria, and now calls Australia home. She is an author, entrepreneur, public speaker, and inspirational advocate for self-empowerment. In her own words, she describes herself as an engineer by profession, entrepreneur by passion, and thought leader by mission. She dedicates her time to raising awareness on worldly issues and daring humanity to take action on creating a just, equal, diverse, and inclusive world. In her book titled, "Did You Get the Memo?" she challenges the reader to question belief systems that blur the lines and create bias, not just in their own lives, but in their careers too. Yemi has inspired audiences in Australia, Africa, the UK, and the USA. It gives me great pleasure to invite Miss Yemi Penn to deliver the occasional address.
I first would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the ancestral lands on which UTS stands. I also want to pay my respects to elders past and present. I like to go a bit further and show my gratitude for the ancestors of this land and my ancestors, because I honestly couldn't have the audacity or the courage to do the work I do. I would also like to acknowledge Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Faculty Dean, staff, distinguished guests, graduates, family, and friends. Welcome. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I get nervous all the time, even though I've been speaking for a couple of years, and most of the time it's because I never just want to speak to inspire people about my story, but to actually move them to action. I also have to say that I have a bias. I love everything about UTS. I've been an undercover teacher, and I say undercover teacher because it's not the official teacher, but been doing some work within the Women in Engineering and IT. And I love the dedication to excellence, not just through the work it does in degrees and the education you get, but environmental and human sustainability through social justice. It is second to none, and I don't say that lightly, so it's an absolute honor to be here in your presence. I know you've all heard it, and I know we were clapping for quite a while. Don't let that be lost on you. I want to congratulate you from the depths of my heart, and I want to tell you why. This past year, I can't put words or language to the emotions or how we've been feeling. It's no secret we have collectively experienced what I'm going to call an ish storm, because there are some kids here. You have shown up time and time again, and without a shadow of a doubt, you would not be here if you didn't do that. Only you know your story as deep as you do. And if for some reason we were to just glide over this as a nice graduation, we actually lose the anchor that will carry you on to whatever you do next. So I want to congratulate you all. I want to say I see you, I acknowledge you, and I honor you. I also want to talk to parents and teachers and cheerleaders. I know it's been said a few times, and as I'm a parent and I've only got a 15-year-old and a 9-year-old, and we're already talking about what subject she should do when, she's already having the vocabulary of I don't like math, and I'm like, as I'm a mechanical engineer, so trying to work on that. I want to acknowledge those of you who support others. Like I said, I don't know you personally, but at a basic human level, I'm fully aware of some of the challenges we have. So I want to acknowledge you as well and say thank you for your service. We all have a story, and I've only got about 5 minutes left, and so I guess I want to offer to you to lean in to the part of the story that you think is going to relate to you. It's important you remain your biggest champion in every step of the way, whether your cheerleaders are there or not, because that will be the reason why you continue to do whatever you do. So as I share my story, I want you to think of yours. But most importantly, I want you to think of the story you want to tell as you embark on this next stage, whether it's your career or whether it's your ventures. I had to try really hard when my bio was being read to just own it, to tell imposter syndrome, to take a break, and just acknowledge that that's the work I did. But it's important I hear that every now and again because I am my biggest champion and I invite you to do the same. So, my story. My dad was a lawyer. And in my culture, originally from Nigeria, West Africa, there's this unsaid rule that, his first couple of kids will continue in his profession and carry on with his law practice. I'm a curious rebel. I was really intrigued by the thought of engineering, especially as I know there were very few marginalized communities that actually represented it at the time I went to university. But more than that, I was interested in the idea of transformation, the fact that we could think of a project and someone would be able to design it and create it. And for me, that's been the essence throughout my work around transformation. For me, transformation is having a shift in perspective that gives you a bigger view of the whole picture. I challenge the notion that any of us really, really understands full reality. Because in order to do that, you'd have to be outside to know what's going on. You'd have to be in another country to know what's going on. But when we shift our perspective, we are able to understand what our blind spots are, and I believe makes us an even better leader. My career in engineering spanned over a number of industries, and I know it's been mentioned earlier, that's something you will all have an abundance of. When we look at the industrial or information and technology revolution, it's going at a pace faster than ever. There are people generations ahead of me who are saying things have never gone so fast. Your access to opportunities are vast. And I would say to keep your mind open. I remember hearing once, think outside the box. And I thought I was smart. I was like, no, I think outside the triangle. I think outside the circle. Until someone said, there is no box. And that completely blew my mind. And it still does today, and I've got to be honest, it makes me a little bit nervous, but also a little bit excited, because the constraints are not there. Continuing on with my story, life in Australia gifted me the opportunity to dare to dream bigger. I got more curious. I went from being an employee in a consultancy when I came over here 8 years ago, and I started to explore the entrepreneurial terrain. It started to ignite the creative part of my brain that I felt had gone dormant since I'd graduated from university in 2005. And what that had me do, it saw me start and manage 4 businesses at its height. I had my engineering consultancy in Australia. I'd always wanted to open up a gym, but I was from South London in Brixton, and I wanted to be someone in my community that opened up a gym. So I opened up a gym over there. And then I started making documentaries 2 years ago. And now, and I have to say, UTS had something to do with it, I've started my PhD, which is looking at transmuting pain to power. There's a slight egoic part of me that wants to impress you with all of that, but it's more to impress upon you what's possible, even when your circumstances suggest otherwise. When I go into rooms and I want to speak, especially as I've decided to take a break from my engineering consultancy to inspire and move people to action, is to really get you to think about what's possible. What don't you know that is possible? And that's part of why I share my story. I want to finish off by saying your brilliance, your uniqueness, your resilience blueprint, whatever got you here, whatever you got through to get to this stage, is your biggest superpower. They may just sound like words, but I'd like it to sit with you. They are your biggest superpower, because when I came here 8 years ago, When I graduated and thought there was only one route I could take, I was wrong. And knowing what I know now, I may have done things differently, but there are no regrets. But fundamentally, your superpower is probably the thing you think might be holding you back, and I invite you to actually challenge that belief system. I invite you to ignite the curious rebel in you as we continue to face the multiple challenges that are in the world. But I also want to ask you, and this is where I get a little bit selfish, to be compassionate in your approach, to be tolerant in what you do as future leaders, because the world needs that now more than ever. And I guess I want to wrap up again by congratulating you all, and I usually like to leave some kind of mic drop quote that I definitely haven't come up with but has changed me, and I've been debating on too. But the one that gets me time and time again, and I'll probably share both of them, is, if not you, then who? But the other thing I do want to share, the one that absolutely has changed, because I think I was always waiting for someone to figure out what my next step would be, is that we are the ones we have been waiting for. Whatever it is you are thinking of doing, I encourage you to do it. It will not come into your mind if you are not the person for it. So I want to say congratulations once again, and thank you very much for having me. So, Chancellor.
I would like to thank our occasional speaker, Yemi Penn, for the address on this important day for you as UTS graduates. Yemi, my background is law, and I have to say I'm rather disappointed that you didn't pursue that path, because I think you would have been a wonderful advocate in that discipline as well. But it's wonderful to hear the passion and the way in which you have used your knowledge and skills, but to see beyond the box, as you say. And I really encourage those of you today to think about that passion, those opportunities that you can bring to your future careers. You can add to the knowledge and your skills to really bring out something wonderful as your career evolves. I'm so delighted, Yemi, that you are connected with us at UTS, and we wish you well also for your doctorate. So in conclusion, let me say that the best wishes and the pride of the university go with each and every UTS graduate. Congratulations again.
Pro-Chancellor, guests, graduates, that occasional address concludes the formal proceeding of this ceremony. I invite everyone to enjoy the campus while it's not raining. The academic procession is about to leave the Great Hall. Would the congregation please rise for the academic procession?